While I was recovering from surgery, my father and stepmother used my emergency fund to pay for their fancy cruise. You didn't need it anyway. I always knew they'd betray me, but I never imagined they'd do it while I was literally unconscious, fighting for my life on an operating table. My name is Vanessa, and for 29 years, I was the good daughter, the responsible one, the dependable one. The one who always came through when my father and stepmother, Earl and Josephine, needed anything. Money, time, emotional support, you name it, I provided it. But something about the way Josephine's eyes lit up when I mentioned my surgery date made my stomach churn. Of course, we'll hurry too much, Van. We got you covered. That night, as I was gathering my things to leave, I heard Josephine's voice floating from their bedroom. Timing the cruise just right, she'll be too out of it to even notice. I froze in the hallway, my hand clutching my purse. A familiar heaviness settled in my chest. Be recover, sweetie, she cooed, adjusting her designer glasses. That's what family is for. I was sitting at their kitchen counter, just 3 weeks before my scheduled abdominal surgery. My father, Earl, was pretending to read the newspaper while Josephine hovered nearby. This was the same kitchen where I'd spent countless hours helping them sort out their financial messes over the years. I just need someone to have emergency access to my account, just in case something goes wrong, I explained, sliding the spare debit card across the counter. It's strictly for medical emergencies only. My father barely looked up. You were the weight of being right about something you desperately wished you were wrong about. Everything okay? My friend Aaron texted later that night after I called to update him. They're planning something, I wrote back. Good thing we moved most of my money last month. Aaron had helped me set up a separate account at a different bank weeks ago, transferring the bulk of my savings there. The account my father and stepmother had access to? That was my decoy. It contained just enough to seem plausible, but not enough to destroy me when they inevitably tried to drain it. You're being paranoid, Rachel, my coworker said over lunch the next day. They're your parents. They wouldn't. I cut her off. You don't know them like I do. That afternoon, Josephine called me 5 times. Each voicemail was more syrupy than the last. Darling, I was thinking about your recovery. You'll need someone to check on you daily. Maybe you should stay with us? I deleted every single message. The day before my surgery, I visited my bank one last time. The teller smiled as she verified the card's activation. Remember, she said, you can always report unauthorized charges through our online portal. I know, I replied quietly. I've already bookmarked it. That evening, Noelle, my stepsister, dropped by unexpectedly. Mom's so worried about you, she said, sprawling across my couch uninvited. She can barely focus on anything else. I caught her scrolling through Mediterranean cruise packages on her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. The morning of my surgery, my father and Josephine drove me to the hospital. She kept touching my arm, her French manicure catching the fluorescent lights. Don't worry about anything, she said. We'll take care of everything. I watched them in the rearview mirror as they left the hospital parking lot. Josephine was already on her phone, probably booking those cruise tickets she thought I didn't know about. My last conscious thought before the anesthesia took hold was of my real emergency fund, safely tucked away where they couldn't touch it. The account they had access to? It contained exactly the amount of full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.